Hello, everyone. I'm really glad you are here today. Take a quiet moment for yourself. Let your thoughts slow down. Take a deep and gentle breath. And let's begin today's story together. Today, we are going to talk about money, but not in the usual way. We are not going to talk about how much money you have. We are going to talk about how you think about money. Because your thinking changes everything. Two people can have the same amount of money, but they use it differently. And over time, their lives become very different. Let's begin with a simple example. One person receives money. He feels happy. He thinks, I can buy something. So he spends it. He buys things that feel good. It is exciting. But after some time, the feeling disappears and the money is gone. Now imagine another person. She receives money. She also feels happy, but she thinks differently. She says, how can I use this? How can this grow? So she saves a part. She invests a part. She spends carefully. At first, it does not feel exciting, but over time, her money grows. What made the difference? Not the amount, thinking. Another important idea is this. Poor thinking sees money as something to use. Rich thinking sees money as something to grow. Let's look at another example. One person works hard. He earns money, but he spends everything. He feels like he is always starting again. Now imagine another person. She works hard. She earns money, but she keeps a part. She invests a part. Over time, her money begins to work for her. This is a powerful idea. Money can work, but only if you allow it. Another important idea is time. Poor thinking focuses on now. Rich thinking focuses on later. Let's look at a situation. One person gets extra money. He spends it immediately. He enjoys the moment. Now imagine another person. She pauses. She asks, what will this become in the future? This question changes everything. Another powerful example is Warren Buffett. He did not focus on spending. He focused on growing money. He invested early. He stayed consistent. Over time, his wealth grew. This is the power of thinking. Now think about your own life. How do you see money? Do you see it as something to spend or something to grow? These questions are important because your thinking about money creates your financial future. In the next part of this story, we will explore how rich people make financial decisions and how their habits are different. Because sometimes the difference is not income, it is mindset. Now let's explore how rich people make decisions about money. Money decisions happen every day. They may seem small, but over time, they create big results. Let's begin with a simple situation. One person sees something he likes. He buys it immediately. He does not think much. He follows his feeling. Now imagine another person. She sees something she likes, but she pauses. She asks, do I really need this? Will this help my future? Sometimes she buys it. Sometimes she does not. This small pause creates a big difference. Another important idea is value. Poor thinking focuses on price. Rich thinking focuses on value. Let's look at an example. One person buys something cheap, but it breaks quickly. He buys it again and again. Now imagine another person. She buys something better. It costs more, but it lasts longer. Over time, she saves money. This is value thinking. Another important idea is investing. Poor thinking avoids investing. Rich thinking learns it. Let's look at a situation. One person is afraid of investing. He keeps his money without growth. Now imagine another person. She learns. She starts small. She improves over time. Her money grows. Another powerful example is Robert Kiyosaki. He explained that rich people buy assets. Poor people buy things that lose value. This idea is simple, but powerful. Another important idea is risk. Poor thinking avoids all risk. Rich thinking understands risk. Let's look at an example. One person does nothing. He feels safe, but nothing changes. Now imagine another person. She takes small risks. She learns. She improves. Over time, this creates opportunity. Another important idea is learning. Rich people continue learning about money. They read. They listen. They improve. This gives them an advantage. Now think about your own decisions. How do you use your money? Do you think before you act? Do you focus on the future? These questions matter because your daily decisions create your financial life. In the final part of this story, we will explore how to build a strong money mindset and how to improve step by step. Because sometimes, wealth is not about luck. It is about consistent decisions. Now we have explored money thinking. We talked about decisions. We talked about habits. But now an important question remains. How can you build a strong money mindset? The first step is awareness. You need to notice your habits. How do you spend? How do you save? How do you think? These patterns matter. Another important step is changing your questions. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" ask, "How can I afford this?" This creates a different mindset. Another important idea is paying yourself first. Before you spend money, save a part, invest a part. This builds your future. Another important idea is patience. Wealth takes time. You will not see results immediately. But if you continue, you will see growth. Another important idea is learning. Learn about money. Understand it. Improve your knowledge. This gives you power. Another important idea is environment. Your environment affects your thinking. If people around you spend without thinking, it becomes normal. But if they think carefully, you learn from them. Another important idea is consistency. Small actions matter. Saving a little, investing a little, learning a little, over time, this creates big results. Now imagine your future. Imagine you think differently about money. Imagine your decisions improve. Imagine your wealth grows slowly. This future is possible. You can build it, one decision at a time. Before we finish, remember this simple truth. Money is not just about how much you have. It is about how you think. If you change your thinking, you change your financial future. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this story helps you see money differently. Take care of yourself. Keep learning, keep growing, and see you in the next story.